Hello and welcome to Furryearsworld, where we are back in Stoneblock Freeland, and something's gone wrong over here, which is strange. This was happily making all of the things with this recipe, and now it's not happily making all of the things with this recipe. I don't understand why. I did misclick, so maybe that's why, but additionally, this runs incredibly slowly. So we might need to speed that up a bit. Downstairs, there has been progress. Progress has been made. We didn't need ME interfaces. I don't ever remember using pattern providers, but I must have done. But pattern providers do the trick. We've got the pattern in there. There's alignment issues. It's the texture pack. So, yeah, the pattern provider does do that job. This one... That's putting... Yeah, this is all automated, isn't it? Nothing sophisticated. This is the one that's going to need on-demand stuff going in. Yeah, because that's how we're moderating right now. Yeah, I remember. So we've got another one on the back there. They don't go blue, which is bizarre. Well, some of them have. This one hasn't. It's possible because I have requested one of those. Never mind. It works. If I take stuff out and jiggery pokery, it works. It does do that. But we need to think about how we can make the crafty majig go faster, because it's too slow, and it's trying. Is it succeeding? Are you winning this time? It must have been my misclick that did it. Yep, it's doing it this time. We can, conceivably, come along this bar and increase the speed. Or, we've got 10 in there now, that's good. Or we could do something here, because we need 3 to make this go faster. Because we need to take one out in the middle. So we could just dig a hole in ground here with the diamond pickaxe. I can't believe, after all we've done, we're still using a diamond flipping pickaxe. So here we should theoretically, we could probably do it down there, but I don't actually know where down there is anymore. I've kind of lost my bearings on that one, and I'm pretty sure that just does those cogs, and they can spin faster. We know that they can take that load. So we need 2 of them, and probably 2 of them, so that we can make 2 small ones, and that should quadruple the speed, I want to say. 4 times faster. It might be a stretch. I might be making that up, but we know the gears can work on that speed, so I think that's the one we're going to do. Okay, so that's 2 small gears and 2 big gears. So we're going to go double the speed and then double the speed again. I believe that's what's happening here. If my knowledge of things is, you know, any bloody good at all. So we go small to big. There. No, we go big to small. Is what we do. We go big to small. And that goes faster. Yes, that's what we're doing. Well done. So that's going to have a small on it. There. Like that. And then we just need to engineer a big. Like that. And that goes faster. And they go faster. Everything's faster. Let's see how well that goes. A duke, a duke, a duke. A duke. A duke, duke, duke. And glass. Glass, 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 glass. Glass, glass, glass. Duke, duke. And then we hit the go button. I mean, it's much better. It's a superior way of doing stuff. Yep, that is infinitely better. Or at least 8 times faster. One of the two. 4 or 8 times faster. I don't know, but we need some of these anyway. So we're going to get this job cooking. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's just better. You know when things are just better. This is one of those things now. Because of this nonsense. Lucky it is that everything still turns the same way, because I think that would ruin those wheels. What are we up to? 14. We need a few of these. We do need a few of these bad boys. So I'm happy enough to waste a bit of time making them, because then we've got that box ticked. I think we can make one more after this. And then we need to think about a little bit of auto supplying of stuff. We need... it's the glass. The glass is going to be a problem because we don't have a practical source of power yet. We have power. Don't get me wrong. We have power downstairs. It's not eminently practical. Does it need to be? Does it need to be practical? What is going on with these? Oh yeah, we kind of stepped things up a little over here, didn't we? So that these were going super fast. It's a little bit chaotic. Not gonna lie. A little bit chaotic. But these are effecting change pretty quickly here. You still get backlogs, but what can you do about it? Nothing is exactly what you can do about it. We're just ignoring the problem and hoping that it doesn't become a bigger problem. Hoping that there's no evil secrets waiting down the line to just make things increasingly complicated for Furryearsworld. Right, that's going to make them, and that will give us 18 blanks, which is good. Oh, it's nicer when it's going faster. I think we could get it faster still. I think we can make it much quicker. Should have done that. For such a simple thing, we should have done that a long time ago. It is a nuisance that this makes so much. That is a burden to my soul, but we'll come to terms with that, and we will at some point work out where we're getting the power for that from, which is downstairs somewhere. It's not a clue, and make it go better. We got a lot of that. We're gonna just throw this away somewhere. Do you want to go in this puddle? Do you want to go in this puddle? Sure, you can go in that puddle. We need to throw more than that. Just throw it all. Everything else is useful. But that stuff, probably not that much use. So you can have all that back. Good. And you can have the extra glass that we made. And I even think we've cooked off some more silicon. So we're ready to roll if we need to. Because rolling is important. Trust me on this one. Rolling is important. So we'll go and stage these downstairs. And that should load the system up with potentials. Which is good. Chuck that in there. That will do this job, which is what it's supposed to do. And those will all go into the system and be waiting patiently for us to make demands of it. So that's the processors done. We could probably do now with a molecular assembler. I'm thinking a molecular assembler might not be a bad shout. And then we can automate the making of the formation and the annihilation cores, which is a risky job. That is a risky job. If I can make a crafty majig, this thing, like that, and then make... We're missing an annihilation core, of course we are. Course we are. See what it is. It's crack at that one, wasn't it? It's crack at that one. And then we want to go with that. So we can make... How many do we want to make? Eventually we'll have a lot of these. But in the first instance... Do we go one? We can always move stuff around, can't we? We can always rebalance later. Because a molecular assembler, we can go through the molecular assembler. It has multiple sides, and you can assemble off each side apart from one because it needs a power source. Where the flip-ty-flop-ty are we putting it? Don't really know. Don't really know. Do we have capacity downstairs for it? Potentially we do have capacity downstairs. Have we got some stuff and things? I like looking at it though. We could bring it off the side of this. I have no idea how much capacity we've got left on that. We probably need to change one of those for a smart cable. But we could bring it over here so that we can actually see it doing what it's doing. Because I like looking at it. It's weird, I know. I like to visualize it. Can you make me at applied? We want the cable, don't we? This stuff. Can you make me some of that? 8 will be enough. Thank you. How are we doing on the fluix crystals? I just need to keep an eye on stock levels. So if we're saying that this is decommissionable, we can get rid of that. We can have the molecular assembler there, which is immediately a bad idea. That's now powering. That accepts power as a direct feed. And then we're going to do something like that. And then we can put the thing on the side there. Or we can put it on the other side, on the inside of the construction. And then we'll get a better visualization on it. Because ideally, you don't want too many recipes being made in one molecular assembler, because that causes delay. If it's waiting for the molecular assembler to be free, you need to kind of balance things out so that there's balance there. Without balance, there is nothing. And we need the things that I just mentioned, the pattern providers, which are these. And we need 2 crafting benches for that. Okay, we can do that. Wow, game. Have you run out of cobblestone internally? You have. Okay. That's fine. That's absolutely wizard. Pattern provider, where are you? You were there a second ago. There you are. Bang. There we go. Pattern provider. And we change that to be the flat. No, we don't put it there. That's not where we put it. We change that to be the flat one. And it goes on the side there, theoretically. Like that. And then we can put a pattern in there. Can we tell it how to make quartz glass? Quartz glass, this stuff. Is probably kind of important. Let me go back up to this one, which has only got one pattern left in it. Quartz glass, Boschke. That is a crafting recipe. We do that, we get that encoded. Now we can put that in here. There is a terminal we can get. So if we take all of the quartz glass out of here, we have a crafting recipe for it. Put all that there and say, craft me 20 more quartz glass. This could be expensive. Start. Unless it did it real chuffing quick. It did it real chuffing quick. Okay, cool. Anything with a plus on it has a... It did that real chuffing quick. Okay, cool. So that can now take that many recipes that we could then auto-craft. So we're now auto-crafting quartz glass. Which is going to lean heavy on the Certus quartz dust, which is coming out of that system behind there. What else do we need to auto-craft? Probably this nonsense. Making the ME cable. Our raw ingredients are Certus quartz dust, Fluix dust, Fluix crystals. Fluix crystals are the ones that are going to be a pain to get through. I'm not sure if we can pulverize those to get the dust. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the Fluix dust. Let's see what machinations we can do. Milling. Oh, we can pulverize it, so that's okay. We can run that through a pulverizer. That's good. What we just don't want to do, because it's going to be messy if we do, is entirely run out of Fluix crystals. We need to keep a float of Fluix crystals. I think we can do that. I think if we can specify some storage components somewhere. In fact, we don't even need to do that because we've got it here. If we drop below 500 Fluix crystals, then start making Fluix crystals, sort of thing. So we've always got a float of 500 Fluix crystals. I think that would work. How's our storage looking here? It's getting up there. It's definitely getting up there. We got a lot of weird crap in there, but that's what we were planning on doing anyway. So we can now auto-craft. It's very basic. And we'll put a lot more of these somewhere out of sight. But I think we need to invest in power infrastructure. What we made downstairs, and it's going to be the wave of the future for us, is these, which are Stirling dynamos. And they do a sterling job. Giggity. Jokes. Funny. Banter. They do a sterling job. We do need... We can run it off that line to automate this as well. So that the crystals, the charged crystals can be readily charged. Then we don't need to keep a stockpile of them like we have been doing. Should we do that before we go into the power? Stirling dynamos. Let's see what we need for Stirling. We might need to do some prep work for Stirling dynamos. It may be needed to get some materials, because I can't remember what goes into a Stirling dynamo. Let me have a look at the dynamos. Dynamo. Stirling dynamo requires smooth. I'm guessing that's smooth stone. It does look like it's smooth stone. Yeah, it is. Or just stone, not cobblestone. Just stone. Yeah, iron gears, redstone flux coils. All pretty basic stuff. The iron gear is just an iron nugget. We can teach this system how to make these. The only problem is the smooth stone. So we will need to prep up some smooth stone. Everything else there is pretty basic stuff that the system delivers. The only craftables we need there, we need to prep the stone in advance, which we can do easily. Not easily, but easily. So we need to make a list of things that need to be on tap for this system, but not in the system. So smooth stone, cobblestone, sand are the three principles at the moment. But we're going to need a power system that can deliver energy to create those. Otherwise we're going to have issues. I've got two hoppers here that we don't really need. We'll pop them away for now. And a gold ingot that we don't really need. You can have that too. Luxury. Luxury. So we could teach that to make, even if it's just something we do temporarily. Did we take all of those? We must have taken all of those and put them in the system. I don't remember doing that. If we took them all, there they are. I was going to say, if we took them all, where did we put them? We want to make iron nuggets. Encode that. Then we want to make iron gear. Encode that. Then we want to make redstone reception flux coil thing. Encode that. And that should be the 3 craftables that we need to help us go where we want to go. So we'll put that in, and that in. And I think if we need an iron gear and a redstone reception coil in there. No, we don't. We can just do that. Okay, so we're missing ingredients, but hopefully we can now order those up in there and it will do them once we've got the smooth stone in there. If we're doing, it takes 2 smooth stone per, we're getting 2 stacks, so we could do a stack of them. Stack is a bit rich, isn't it? Would the other ingredients hold up well? We don't have gold in this system. We don't have an appreciable amount of gold in this system. Because this. Is a problem. We can pour gold out. While we're doing that with the smooth stone, we can have this thing chewing on gold. It should be good for us. Might take a while, but it will get through it. Yeah, because that's going to be chewing on stone for a long time. Here comes the gold. 1 block. 4 ingots. 1. 2. It's getting ahead of me, but that's fine. Nearly got 2 blocks in there now. Probably worth letting it overfill and just taking them blocks at a time. Yeah, that's gone through nearly a stack of gold already. Here it comes. That should drop to 1 block, I think. 1 block, 2 ingots. Okay. We're just gonna let it flood for now. I probably shouldn't, but we're just gonna let it flood for now. We're into the 2nd stack. Good. Good, good, good. It's a much quicker way of doing things. But eventually, everything's going to be automated. This will be a thing of the past. It's just one of those we've got to do it things to get the stuff we need to get the stuff we need. You know what I mean? Yeah, stack and 15. Perfect. Wow, that's definitely getting ahead of me. Definitely getting away from me there. That's okay. When do we get to the end of this? Good lord. Didn't think it would be going that fast, but it is. We're now sitting on one block. Okay, we're still only on one block, which is fine. It goes up, it goes down. It's got a tide. My smeltery has a tide. 2 blocks in there, good lord. We should be able to hold it at 2 blocks, hopefully. Maybe not. It is filling faster than we are draining it, which is fun. I'm not sure how we auto-drain a smeltery in this. I know with the earlier versions, the clock would drain it. This is why I'm trying to avoid using smelteries as the mixing medium. 3 blocks and 2 ingots. Okay, cool. Yeah, there's going to be 2 ingots coming out of there. So let's pour them. There should be 1 block left in there after that. 1 block and 6 nugs. I can cope with 1 block and 6 nugs. We got extra nugs. I don't know why we got extra nugs. The game was feeling generous and frisky, so... Actually, we got a big return on that, didn't we? We did get quite a big return on that. Because if we're getting 6 extra nuggets each time we do one, we are definitely... We've gained 43. Because that was 2 stacks of gold stuff. We've gained 2. We've gained 43 ingots out of that. So theoretically, if I ask this to craft me one of them... Missing smooth stone. Alright. We knew that was coming. We just completely forgot about it. Take that and take that. That and that can go in there. And then craft me one of them. I did it. We've got one. Perfect. So it does work. So if we craft me... We should be able to do a stack of them eventually. I'm going to go for 31. And that'll give me 32. So that should now be doing crazy crap. Good, 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 good. It's doing it. That's what we wanted to see. Food. Got apples. Apples is not good food. I may have burned off all my food as well. That's probably not a good thing. Alright, we're nearly down to the last of the smooth stone, and then we can just commit and say make the full stack. It's still going well. They're coming in strong. There's 31 of them in there now. Nice. That's pretty good. That's pretty good to get 32 sterling dynamos just like that. Considering the faff we did making the first lot, we've just made a lot more. Lot more. We just need this lot to finish. But I think that's the episode for now. We've made some progress there. We are now auto-crafting like Billio. We could do that much faster with multiple molecular assemblers, but we're still in our infancy, as 'twere. And molecular assemblers are not hard to make. now that we're generally auto-crafting everything. But for now, from Furryearsworld, that's me, we're going to go with a cheery old ta-ta.